From Baxter's 942 on Baxter Avenue in the Highlands, this is Shooting from the Lip Live. My name is Erik McEwen. This is your host, Mr. Kevin Hale.
Bringing it still at this, 9:40 on this Tuesday evening. Good segments with Billy Masterson and his cause.
DrummingUpSupport.com.
Yeah, leukemia, lymphoma thing that he's involved with. Also Greg Unthank from Blue Funk and a lot of other bands. Lots of other bands. You and Greg have history with some bands.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, we played in a couple of bands together. Yeah, he did some subbing. And, I love him, man. He's absolutely incredible. One of the nicest guys.
Absolutely. And here we are tonight. It's kind of like we're rounding third and heading for home. I had one of our homeboys that's been with the Shooting from the Lip brand the last year or so. Zach Longoria is here.
Hey.
Yeah, he was doing some work stuff, I guess, if you can call it that. But he stopped by. We're going to talk some news because with the Shooting from the Lip thing, Zach, part of the stuff I like to talk about is trending news. And a lot of that involves El Presidente, number 45. Now, I'm not a fan of 45. I still respect The Office. I still respect,
Me too. I wish he'd respected it.
I wish he respected it more. And then today, Rex Tillerson's gone. The other day, Trump professed on how everybody wants to work for his White House. And at this rate, Zach, I think everybody will, including you. You're on pace to eventually.
I've always thought that I was on a short list.
I think you can pull it off. But here we are. Let's say politics. One of the things that came up last week was Trump/White House, whoever said that they would meet with North Korea, with their dictator. What was your take when you heard that?
I was the same way about the Iran deal, and I really feel like it's just about who you ask. When Obama wanted to meet with North Korea, and when his whole diplomacy strategy was all built around like talks and negotiations, and talking is better than not talking, and the right wanted to call him weak or say he was an apologist or just whatever talking point to shit on him they could. As far as Trump goes, I am not going to do the same thing. If North Korea is willing to come to the table and wants to meet with the United States, I think it's always a positive. Same thing. I felt the same way about Iran, is that, moving ourselves into a relationship with any country who we didn't talk to or didn't have a relationship with before, who we now wants to sit at the table and talk to us, anyone can look at that as a negative. I just don't see that. I don't understand it. And I thought that Obama was doing those same things, and he got criticized for it. I see that Trump's doing it in a similar capacity, maybe a little different with his approach, but neither here nor there. Talking with North Korea and then wanting to talk to us is a positive, and anybody who looks at it as not being a positive is just being a dick.
Totally agree. Speaking of dicks, one thing I wanted to throw at you, we're going back to the whole gun control thing. Last week, I think it was within the last week or so, Dick's Sporting Goods took a stand where they are not selling the AR-15 anymore.
Right.
And they're taking, obviously, some heat from the right and whoever somebody has gone on and actually sued them.
They'll fail at that.
Yeah, so, but what is your take when it comes to, in this case, Dick's Sporting Goods? I think, wasn't it Delta, in regards to the NRA, took away the discount for NRA members?
Yeah, they discontinued the discount for NRA members, and promptly, in a show of solidarity with the NRA, the Georgia, the Georgia government essentially wanted to exempt their tax credit, which just goes to show you where priorities lie. Delta, I don't know the exact number, but Delta is one of the main economic, one of the main contributors to their economy in Georgia, especially specifically in Atlanta.
Right.
And it just goes to show you where the priorities lie. That if somebody just wants to just discontinue giving a discount, that the legislators there are willing to basically essentially have war with a company that brings a lot of economy to that state. As far as the dicks thing go, I saw this. It's probably one of the dumbest damn memes I've ever seen in my life. And this is kind of it's kind of a whole thing about false equivalences and people that don't understand the difference between rights and discrimination. Mm-hmm. And this meme was basically essentially equating if a baker doesn't want to sell to a homosexual company, that's the same thing as Dick's Sporting Goods want to discontinue the sale of a certain gun. That is not even close to the same thing. And anybody who believes that, I don't want to say that you're stupid. I just want to let you know that you're just really wrong. You don't know. You're not even close to being in the ballpark about what the difference is there. First of all, if a company says I don't want to sell a certain product, and that product happens to be something a specific type of people want to buy, that's not discrimination at all. If they said we don't want to sell to people who wear green hats, we're not going to give AR-15s to anybody who wears a green hat on a Thursday. That's discrimination. That is not what happened. Right. And they're not the same thing. A baker who wants to bake a cake and specifically single out gay people, that's discrimination. And if you need help understanding those two things, I can feel free to reach out on Facebook. I'll be happy to explain that to you in grave detail. But they're just not the same thing.
Well, here's the other thing, too, that drives me crazy. Kevin Cummings has joined us. Kevin, what's up real quick?
Not much, my friend. How you doing?
It is Tuesday night here with at Baxter's, and if it's Tuesday night at Baxter's, then it's Kevin Cummings and friends.
Tonight it's just Kevin Cummings.
Yeah, and these friends here. Zach stick around. He can get
Kevin
on
Cummings and acquaintances.
Yeah.
An acquaintance. That's fucked up.
I'm kidding. We're brothers.
Yeah, the gun thing that drives me crazy when someone with a car drives through the crowd and kills someone. Then you got the far right saying, so what? Do you want to take away cars now because they kill people?
No, false equivalence.
False equivalence, exactly, because a car is not built to kill someone.
And also precedent. I mean, like a car, even in the best set of circumstances where you can have a crowd full of people and run a car through it, that car is still not going to be able to kill as many people in a short amount of time as an AR-15 at a high vantage point spraying bullets at people. It's just it's dumb. It's tone deaf. It's just get to what it really is that people that love their guns and then the far right are too scared to even begin to go, well, maybe there's something to, because everybody is just so terrified of that they may agree with somebody who they've been fighting with on Facebook for the last 2 years, and they'd rather just be stubborn. But the bottom line is that if your idea of fixing the gun problem is to just give people more guns and to do nothing, I got a news flash for you. We've been living in your gun utopia for the last 20 years. We've been doing things your way. We've been continuing to, every time a mass shooting happens and little kids get blown away in a school, we listen to the NRA tell us that we're wrong, and then we do things your way, and our politicians go to their corners and they cry and they don't do anything about it. And then it happens again, and you tell us that we just need to do more of what you're asking us to do. In nothing else in your life, where you would be given a set of circumstances and the same outcome keep happening to you, and the person that you're looking to be like, hey, we should fix this problem because it seems to be these guns that are continuing to kill people, would that person tell you just need more guns and that outcome keep happening, and you would just keep going, yeah, you know what, let's keep doing that. That's working out. No, it doesn't work. It hasn't been working, and the idea that nothing can be done is ridiculous.
Now I'm going to go on a little bit of a controversial line here, and I'm going to stay neutral as far as my show goes, but my guests do not have to, and that includes Cummings and Longoria. Isn't it time for people to stop with the thoughts and prayers right after some type of catastrophic event? That's such a cop-out.
I can't remember the comedian that said it, but it was...
Carlin?
It's cowardly. It's not a cop-out.
Well,
it's cowardly.
I can't remember the comedian that said it. He was talking about the whole thing. He said, it's Anthony Jeselnik. Anthony Jeselnik says, he's talking about how every time there's some horrible thing, he says, immediately what you do is you go up there and you post thoughts and prayers. And he's like, really what you're saying is, this is a Jeselnik quote, but he says, really what you're saying there is, hey guys, think about me today. Don't forget about me today. A lot of bad stuff in the world, but look at me, I care. Like, that's the way I feel about it. It's very...
Yeah, of course.
Just like immediately it takes 12 seconds before someone's like, someone's been dead for less than a minute and already everyone's posted their political views on the subject. Right. It's like, it's pretty heartless.
Yeah, I've given up on the gun thing, posting anything about it, because I've already said what needs to be said about it, and I'm gonna focus my energy on real solutions, and that is propping up and talking about real politicians who are out there who have a spine, who are trying to make comprehensive legislative goals and achievements that don't take people's rights away. People don't want to take people's rights away. And there's a fear-mongering that the NRA does with any talk. I mean, they're suing right now over the law in Florida that wants to just make people be 21 to buy an AR-15. Yeah. How fucking insane is that shit? Like, right. You don't give a shit about the outcomes of these situations when something so simple as, hey, maybe you should be 21 to buy this gun. Somebody was like, well, you can serve in the military.
Vote,
you can blah, blah. You know what I tell people that tell me that bullshit? You know what I tell them?
Maybe they should.
You can go on a military base right now and be 18 all you want. You just got back from Iraq. You know what happens? You go in a liquor store on an Air Force base, go to the PX or the BX. You can't buy a beer unless you're 21. That is such a bullshit argument. It's garbage. It's cowardly. And every time somebody from the right or the NRA pops off about people's rights, they are hiding behind your rights because of money. It has nothing else to do with your rights or your Second Amendment. The Second Amendment had nothing to do. The Second Amendment doesn't mean you can own any gun. Second Amendment doesn't guarantee that you can have whatever gun you want at any time. Second Amendment was written in the 1700s. All right, they had fucking muskets. They didn't know there was going to be an AR-15 that could mow down. They didn't know that kids were going to get mowed down. I would give anything to have Thomas Jefferson here right now and be like, hey, can you assess the current situation we have happening right now? What do you think about that? Did you mean all that shit?
Everyone says that, but like, I don't even care what he thinks. There's people way smarter than him. He's just older.
He's older. And
it's like the Bible. The Bible's special because it's old.
Right.
It's like Catching the Rise. It's newer. I think it's better.
It's a relic.
Let me throw this. I've got all these topics. I'm going to, real quick, and Kevin, you're going to be going on soon, so we're going to pin you down for a few more minutes. And I love talking news stuff outside of music, sports. Trump advisor Roger Stone warns any politician who votes to impeach Trump would endanger their own life. God, how fucking asinine is that?
First of all, have you guys seen the documentary about Roger Stone? Get Me Roger Stone on Netflix.
It's pretty amazing.
It is amazing. It is a delight.
That dude's a winner.
And it really also gives you a lot of insight into the Trump supporter, one, and the Trump campaign, too, and the message that they were going with from a really inside view of the campaign. And half of me admires Roger Stone because we all want to have a little Roger Stone in us. Somebody just doesn't give a fuck about what anybody else. And like, there was a quote in there that just really stuck with me that he said, and he was like, he said something to the effect of like, and I'm paraphrasing, he was like, I don't give a shit if people like me, because when people don't like me, that means I'm effective. And I was like, fuck yeah, Roger Stone. But I was also like, fuck you, Roger Stone.
It's also a very Christian sentiment. The idea of for sure. I mean, like, people, Jesus was the greatest ever. I mean, they didn't like him. I don't know if you know. Negative things were said about him. Bad things happened to him.
I feel like at the end of the movie they came around, though, didn't they?
Few of them did. And then those people, the disciples, they all got murdered too. So the idea of like this, people hating what you think, I really do feel like it's a very like American Christian thing. Like, I'm going to stand against you no matter what you say. And of course, never ever reevaluate my subjects.
Here's another topic, throw at you guys. One big problem with the idea of arming teachers, we're going back to guns. Insurance companies won't play along. That's an issue.
You know, right? It's interesting because it's interesting about, when the NRA talks about an armed society as a polite society. However, you know who doesn't apply that logic to when they do anything is insurance companies. When an insurance company finds out that you own a gun in your house, your insurance goes up. Yeah. You know why? Because the probability of you killing someone or yourself goes up. The liability goes up. And that logic is just like over the head of everyone. But that's how insurance companies, they are professionals in assessing risk.
I do understand the idea, the whole of someone that hates the gun-free zone thing. I get that in the sense that if I had a gun, I would want to go somewhere where there wasn't guns. But I just don't imagine like, hey, these people that we pay like $9 a year, And there's so many great teachers, but
Right.
whether it's a teacher or a cop, there's a lot of really bad ones.
Right.
And I just think the idea of just all of them blanket, it's
But-
like I can't imagine a worse idea.
You know, the irony in all of that about the gun-free zones, to Kevin's point, is that almost all schools have somebody with a gun there.
Yeah.
There's an armed cop almost at every school these days. Anytime you go to a courthouse, dare you go walk up in there with a gun. There's like 8 people meeting you at the door with a gun. So like it's gun free in the sense that you as a public person can't walk in there with a gun, but it's not gun free in the sense that there are no guns there. There are, and was that Parkland? Is that the town?
Parkland,
Yeah,
right.
Parkland in Florida is a prime example. You had police officers in the school, and their asses ran out of the school. And
we expect teachers to be even more brave than people that were actually paid to carry a gun.
And you're talking about, and when Jake was here last week, and Jake's a police officer, and Jake's a conservative from all intents and purposes, but Jake said to himself, he was like, putting more guns in that situation is a terrible decision. Like you're operating this logic on a set of principles that says, well, it's on a hypothetical essentially that if somebody had a gun there, then maybe something else could have happened. But if you apply that to the fact that mass shootings don't just happen at schools, let's use Las Vegas. There has been 0 good guys. 0. That is a giant goose egg in a country that's filled with guns and apparently a lot of good guys with them. 0 is the number of good guys who have stopped a mass shooter. 0. 0.
Exotic dancers in Tennessee show that it's easier to get a gun than a stripper's license.
You have to get a license
where are you,
to be a
Huffington
stripper?
Post?
I guess technically you do, don't you? Well,
I mean, I don't know. Are you on BuzzFeed or?
I'm on
He's on
HuffPost.
HuffPost.
I've never even met a stripper that had a driver's license.
Nice.
You went to the wrong club.
Unless they need to chop something up.
I mean,
Here's another
unless you're in Las Vegas where they have 5 houses.
Here's
and 3
another
cars.
one staying close to home, and we're winding down because I know Kev's itching to start
They just need to
singing,
relocate.
And
They'll
then
figure it out.
Zach Longoria can get up and sing a song. I would like to see you two sing a song together.
We've done it. It's been done.
But I want to see it tonight. I don't want to. We're not talking history. We're talking
I
tonight.
love how Kevin does this to musicians. He's like, when somebody will be out in the crowd, when are you getting up there too? I'm like, well,
I try not to do
we
that because I
didn't
know
If I was ever at the
up.
Opry and I made it and there was some other musician there, he'd be like, "When are you gonna go up there with Kevin?" Like, no, he's not. He's not. Sit down.
No, I wouldn't do that at the opera.
Sit down, sir.
Yeah. Kentucky Governor Bevin calls Kim Davis an inspiration to the
Dumbest shit I've
children
ever
of
heard.
America.
I've called her a lot of things.
She's
but
an
that was never the worst.
She's an inspiration for being an elected official to a public office who didn't do her job, which was to operate under the law. That's not being an inspiration. Goodbye.
This shouldn't matter, but I'm just saying, there's no way she's good at spelling. I just feel like that you shouldn't be able to be voted in if you can't spell well. I just feel like that's important. I don't know. No.
Erik, this is right up our alley because Zach's married and Kevin is happily.
It's like rapid fire topics right now.
Yeah, it is.
This is
rapid
about
fire,
being
'cause
lonely as shit.
Kind of.
Okay.
Yeah. The hottest social scene, Erik, in town isn't the singles bar; it's the supermarket. When you go to Kroger and go Krogering like I do,
I don't.
you don't go Krogering.
I click list.
Oh,
You do?
baby.
I actually go in.
That click list is where it is.
But
No.
that's
If y'all ain't click list,
I don't click list. I
Before
actually go
that,
into
it was
Kroger.
value
but you're-
market in the Highlands.
You're talking to two
I
guys
really
that-
have conversation with females at Kroger.
Oh, so you're
it's
that
not
guy.
weird.
So you're the creep.
You're that guy.
No, it's not. No.
Oh, what kind of meat you getting there? Oh, what is that, salami?
No,
Those
I
are
love
some
salami.
nice melons, aren't they?
You like
lot of-
olives?
that's
You
a
want
lot
to
of-
make some martinis together back at my
There's a
place?
lot of cucumbers you got in
Giggity,
there.
giggity.
So what are you gonna do with those, man? Those
Well,
are pretty
check
ripe,
this
aren't
out.
they?
Here's the ultimate.
We could go on.
I don't know,
I've got
Kevin.
I've got
Sounds
it. I've
kinda
got this is
creepy.
I've got how we're going to end this segment, guys. Staying with the Kroger click list. I'm asking all of you all. The Kroger click list, you go on and you put you order whatever you want and they bring it out to you.
You pull
If
up,
you-
they put it in your car.
If you're going to punk Kroger, what are some of the most punk items that you would throw out there on a here like this? Just shit.
Just a bunch of cucumbers and condoms.
Yeah,
That's
or
it.
duct
And maybe
tape
batteries.
and rope. Duct tape and rope.
Do they sell rope?
There's a great Aziz Ansari thing
Probably.
about
So
this.
you stay with that, Erik. If you were going to just punk a Kroger employee, what would your click list be?
I mean, there would definitely be. I'm not going there. I'm not
Why?
going there because
Because someone from Kroger is
It's
listening?
Kroger. There's nothing that bad there.
No,
They don't
because
sell double-ended dildos at Kroger. It's okay, guys. That's Whole Foods.
I'm not going there at all, and I'm not going to punk Kroger because these people go get my groceries and they put it in my car.
I go in. I'm entitled to. All right, Cummings, what would you do?
Yeah, I already told. I just think like a bunch of cucumbers, batteries. Somehow they'd be like, why do they need batteries with these cucumbers and condoms?
Whipped
I'm
cream,
so confused.
Rat poison.
lube.
Why not?
Yeah, I
Well,
would-
you know, they sell the
Yeah, or just like a really nice
Astro
dinner
Glide.
and rat
They
poison.
sell that, the lotion and stuff, the lube. They sell
I would do a click list every day, and
Or just a watermelon and a lot of lube. Like, can I get 11 things of lube and one watermelon? That's all I need.
and do it like.
And a
Yeah, can I get like a really big watermelon too? I don't want like a regular
But
watermelon.
I would want to build up this like odd rapport. You know what I mean? Like
Exactly.
where I want to come every day, and every day I'd come and I'd get like a pack of like 6 like burnable CDs, and then a pack like a 12-pack of condoms and some lube, and then just like do it every
Exactly.
single day. It's
Just do
like,
that.
what is he doing?
The best
every
part
day?
of that, if you could have on video the face of these people who are, gathering all these items, that's the best part.
It's like a dentist from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. He's like, I have a simple trick. He's like, I just go to the store and I find a cute girl that's running there, and he's like, and I just buy a box of Magnum condoms with a pack full of $100 bills. Doesn't that? Like it usually works. I'm hung and rich. I mean,
Let's go.
hung and rich. I guess that's very similar to big and rich,
Yeah,
right?
that's what I
I
was
never even
gonna-
thought about that.
Yeah, hung and
The
rich.
same kind of music, probably.
Yeah.
Just
All
as
right.
good.
You got a gig coming up next weekend, right?
Yeah, I got a gig at the Zanzibar, ZOP and the Broomsticks. It's going to be fucking awesome. The Broomsticks are from Nashville. It's our keyboard players band, and they are
Oh, yeah. Cool.
they're all like between the ages of 9 and 14, and they just crush so hard. I'm kidding. They're like in college, but they are so awesome.
That's when?
It's the 23rd. Yeah, next Friday.
That's right.
So it's going to be a great night. I'm really looking forward to it. We've been learning a bunch of new songs for it. Just some fun covers from some Wolfpack and some other different stuff.
Nice. I'd love to hear you guys do
Oh
some
yeah,
Wolfpack.
we're doing it.
Nice.
It's gonna be a lot
Cummings,
of
what's
fun.
up with you?
Tonight
It's the acquaintances. We've
Tonight, yeah,
established.
Kevin Cummings and acquaintances. This Friday, Lauren and I play together at the Diamond and Highland, and then Saturday, she and I play together at Barrel House in Jeff for St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, really? Okay. Eric, you got gigs coming up too?
Playing tomorrow night at Diamond St. Matthews with Amber Steele.
Where's that?
Acoustic.
Right. 3814 Frankfurt
You
Avenue.
guys ever been there?
So I'll be playing there tomorrow night with Amber Steele. I'll be playing guitar.
But do they have
So-
cheese sticks? Do they have cheese sticks and
They
wings?
have
Because I'm not going.
incredible cheese sticks.
Their food's good.
And
so
fried
good.
macaroni and cheese.
And there's
Can you play
spicy
pool
beer
there?
cheese.
There are pool tables.
Pool tables and alcohol.
You can
England.
order anything there.
I just set you up for a joke, and
What'd you say?
I told him I'm playing guitar tomorrow night for Amber.
I thought that was the
Which
joke.
I am.
I thought he said the punchline, and I was just supposed to laugh.
He wrote it down in his diary.
I have to be. I
was
went to
fake.
see Erik play with Amber a couple of weeks, maybe whatever.
Yeah.
And the first time I've seen him play guitar, acoustic guitar, and I was pleasantly surprised. No offense, I've just always seen you on bass. The first song you played was Collective Soul, December, and just
Just waiting for it, Kevin. I'm waiting for
I
it.
think he did just fine.
he did. He really did.
Yeah. If you said you were playing lead for a Pink Floyd band, I'd probably make more jokes. But
But
Well, right on.
you can
So,
play
yeah,
Kumbaya with the fucking best of them, man.
I might be playing. Might have a Saturday gig, but it'd be playing with a friend of the show. That I don't know if it's going to happen or not, but
Okay.
we'll figure that out. So that's all I got this week. What are
It
you
is.
doing this weekend?
I'm a huge fan of. I'm a mark for you guys. It's all about supporting the local music scene, and Cummings knows this. I show up just to get Kevin to say my name over on the mic. And
He loves attention.
Kevin's here. And,
Do you get the weird text from him too? Did
Talking
we
about
talk-
Kale?
Oh man,
Let's call him
Of
Kale.
course.
Talking about Kale
Of
over
course
here?
I get
Right.
It's all good. Right?
Super vegan Kale.
like 3:30 in the morning. Do you love me?
Oh yeah, I get the same thing. Get the same thing. Are we so cool?
One time I was on my way from LA. I was on my way from LA to Vegas with Asher, and I thought that I was special. And he sent me, and then Asher looks at the phone. He got the exact same message. I was like, "Fuck this guy, man. He's trying to bone both
What
of us."
is your need?
I don't know. It's middle-age crisis, I guess.
We'll
some
talk
people
about the next roast, which is
people-
coming up in April.
Is it really?
It's coming up in
April or
the
May?
roast of Ronnie Watchmaker.
He is next.
You think you'll make it that long?
Boy, I love you. Oh, I love you, Kevin.
We have to. We really have 2 more roasts coming up this year.
Yeah, we got 2 more.
We
but
have
Ronnie
the
Watchmaker.
November Thanksgiving bash with their headlining Wildwood. Whatever.
Other people.
For all the people that are listening, Kevin was pointing to Kevin Cummings.
That's
Jesus.
true. Well, actually, they're watching. They can see me point.
All right.
I'm gonna go set up.
10:06.
I appreciate you all.
Thank you,
Love
Kevin.
you all.
Thank you, Zach.
Acquaintances.
Thank you, Kevin Hale.
That'll be the new band name. Kevin Cummings
AKA
and the Acquaintances.
Kale.
Thank you so much to the Lip Nation. Please check out drumming. Shoot, I want to make sure I get it just right because drummingupsupport.com
Yeah.
for Billy Masterson's causes here. You can find them at that website to donate to the Leukemia Lymphoma Society. You can find all the cool swag. The drumsticks, I don't know if you were around for that. He's selling drumsticks with the Drumming Up Support causes on there. So that's pretty cool.
Right on.
You'll see the
His
links.
T-shirts are pretty cool. Check that out, drummingupsupport.com. You can sign up for the golf scramble that ends up at Captain's Quarters for the after party. Check out Zach Longoria Project at Zanzibar. Check out Kevin Cummings at Baxter's 942 tonight. This has been Erik McEwen with your host, Mr. Kevin Hale. This has been Shooting from the Lip live at Baxter's 942.
Peace out. Yeah.
So you guys can delete all this and do it next week, or
No, it's recorded.